more on this, let's bring in the president of the Middle East Institute, Paul Salem. He spent several years in the region and knows well the conflict going on. Paul, thanks for being in the studio.
Thank you, Griff.
I want to pick up just where Jeff Paul's reporting left off, and we heard that soundbite from Iran saying, oh, no damage was done whatsoever. But yet, in this, what appears to be a very limited strategic strike by Israel, striking Isfahan, which is, of course, the area where they house their most sensitive nuclear headquarters. What do you make of that?
Well, I do think, and this is good news, that we've avoided a major escalation in the region. I think a lot of credit for that goes to the United States, both its military defense as well as its active diplomacy, to urge Israel to have a measured and limited response to the attack on Israel that happened the last weekend. So I think we've avoided a pattern of major escalation. But we've entered a new period when both Iran and Israel feel free, in a sense, to attack the other countries' mainland directly. And that, that poses serious questions for the future.
That's the Rubicon we've crossed, is that first Iran striking Israel directly, then the reverse happening. And so my question to you, as someone who has spent a life and career studying this, how significant is it that we've now crossed this threshold on the escalation ladder in terms of the threat? What path are we on now, Paul?
Well, first of all, the other conflict is continuing and might get worse, which is the war in Gaza and the war that Iran's friends or proxies, the militias around the region, are conducting. That is set to continue, and that is not de-escalating. And I think we've bought a bit of a reprieve in terms of direct Israeli and Iranian attacks. But as you say, we've crossed the Rubicon. We're in a new period. I think most immediately it will lead to a major arms race between Israel and Iran. Israel will be receiving a lot of military aid from the U.S., the package that's now in the House. I think the Iranian attack on Israel, while it was successfully defended against, it also demonstrated that if Iran really intended to cause major harm, it could have sent not 300, but maybe 3,000 or 10,000, and that would have overwhelmed Israeli as well as American defenses. And Israel demonstrated they can get into Iran anytime they want.
And you really put your finger, Paul, on the concern of all the officials at the Pentagon and at the White House and here in the U.S., and when you said if they really wanted to hurt them, because you heard just an hour or so before we got word of these strikes happening, the Iranian foreign minister, Amir Abdullahian, landed at the UN mission and went on another network, CNN, and said if Israel continues in their adventurous errors, however he put it, there would be a maximum level response. There would be, quote, definitive, decisive, and regretful to them. And then overhanging all this is our intelligence that Iran's enriching uranium at about 60%. They're getting close. How concerned are you that we could see Iran really threatening and possibly using a nuclear weapon?
Well, I think they'll be holding at this level for a long time. I think they've always had breakout capacity. If they really wanted to go for a bomb now or last year or next year, they certainly can do it. I don't see any major sea change in their thinking to say now is the time to go for it, because that will have major consequences in the region and internationally. So I think they'll hold. What I think will happen is their alliance with Russia and their reliance on China will increase tenfold. I think it's clear to them that they need a tremendous amount of air defense and air force, and much of that will probably come from Russia. So that worrisome alliance will get much worse. We also should remember that this recent escalation happened when Israel attacked a compound in Damascus. Yeah. What I mean to say by that is Iran and Israel have been going at it for decades now. Yeah. And since at least 10 years in Syria. But this was the first time, from the Iranian perspective, that they overstepped a certain line and hit what they considered an embassy. So maybe we'll be calm for a while.
To put it in context, Israel, of course, says that Iran, through their support of proxies and the Hamas horrific attack on October 7th, really set this latest escalation.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Paul Salem, thank you very much for being here. We've run out of time. We've got to leave it there. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Griff.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.